Black Ops 7 Rates Play comes out soon, and if you know these nade spots, you will instantly have an edge on your opponents, win more games, and ultimately rank up faster. So like and subscribe if this video helps you out. The first nade spot is on exposure. It looks like this right here. You go to the stairs, you look between the two buildings, and it lands zig. The timing works out, especially with the CDL rules. By the way, the reason I'm doing this is because they changed the rules to where you don't have a nade delay. So these nades are going to be pretty game changing. You'll want to know them. This is probably the most important one on exposure, and if you don't know it, you need your teammates to know it. Ideally, you have everybody throwing this nade, or at least two people, so if anybody's running flak. This next one is for the top window, which a lot of people will be going to as well. Instead of throwing the nade from the stairs, you're going to go up to the box, look a little bit left, still between the two buildings, jump and send it. This one, admittedly, is not as consistent as the zig nade, but if you kill people that are rushing zig, they will go top window. So you want to follow up the first one with the second one. If you know what I'm talking about, you're adapting to how your teammates are, you're adapting to how your opponents are playing search and destroy. So that's how we're doing that right there. This one is for dirt. So if you're making a dirt play on offense, you will cut right and you'll see this red notch in the wall. You're going to jump and send the nade over there. This will go over the peen, over dirt, and land on anybody that's pushing the outer right. I'll show it again in slow-mo. There's that red line right there. I'll probably put an arrow on the video, but you send the nade over and it lands deep right. A lot of people will be squaring that area of the map with an AR, like deep left. So that's why that nade is great. This next one is for these boxes. Anybody on defense that will be watching over B will be on those boxes looking for top solar. And so if you're pushing B, this is the nade that you want to send. You're going to cut right off of P4, jump and send the nade over that. There's two panels there. The left panel, jump it over the middle part. I'll show you here in the kill cam. The left panel, send it over the middle part, and then the nade goes over solar, lands directly on that head glitch right there. Kind of a funky spot, but it's an important spot to know if you're going to be pushing B. The next one is for long. Someone's going to be long I'm not lying, every single round someone's going long. And the reason that I did this nade on the right side is because it's way more consistent. You're lining up with the long alley itself, and this will hit every single time, I promise you. So when you're cutting to the right like this, you're lining up, you're completely in line with long. So you send this nade, you'll see it goes over. You're not sending it from an angle or anything. That's what makes this one so consistent, and it lands perfectly at the end of long for anybody that's challenging that head glitch. And the next one is for front of ring. Some people will go here to watch dirt or watch top window or anything like that. So this is a good spot to know. It's maybe not the most important one. I'll say the long one is most important. This would be the second most important, but this is a very easy one to send from the stairs. You just send it over that camera right there, and it lands from P4. You might get lucky enough for this nade to also hit anybody that's top water tower, and that's what it looks like there. So it goes all the way over P1 and lands in that front area right there, which is also very common. Two very common spots are going to be long and then that front P4 area. So this one is for the team that's crossing B. If you're trying to defend B, you'll send this one from the top plat. Actually, it's very simple. You don't really need too much of an explanation. You're just going to bank it off of the top solar. It'll bounce, and then it will land on that B cross. The timing works out really well once you get to top plat, so keep that one in mind. This one's very easy, very self-explanatory, nothing crazy to this one. Let's see what we got next. Next is we're on raid, okay? Very important. Zig. Someone is zig. I sound like I'm exaggerating. I promise you I'm not. Someone is zig every single round. Okay, how this one works, you want to line up with that tree planter that we were just looking at. I'll show you again in slow-mo. You want to make that tree planter completely in line with your character. Jump and send the nade, because once that tree is lined up, or the planter of the tree is lined up, that means you're in line with zig. So jump and send the nade, then it will land there. The next one is for driveway. People are going to cross here on an A hit. Previously, I've sent this nade from the right side of the map, but you can actually send it sooner. As you see off spawn, you cut right. I'll show it in slow-mo. You line up with the A-bomb logo. Once you pass like those bamboo things on your right, line up with the A-bomb logo, jump and send the nade. This one goes all over ring, lands in driveway, and will blow up the car. I think in private match I'd already blown up the car, so it didn't show that, or maybe the kill cam was bugged, but it will blow up the black car, and then it will also kill anybody that is going driveway. This next one is for kitchen, the very common point as well. This one, you will just be going towards the stairs. You jump and send it over. The reason we're going more for like less of an arc is so that the nade is more likely to actually land in the window. The tricky part about this one is sometimes it'll hit the glass on top and the glass won't break. So you want to make sure you're throwing it into the front window, not the top windows. And lining it up there makes the most sense. This next one is for anybody that's watching the A-Cross. I sit here and I watch the A-Cross every single time. And people are going to be sending the nades towards this black van right here anyways. So wait a sec, back driveway, nade them, sending the nade, and then push up onto A. So you can risk it and push up front. You just might get naded. But you might as well just send this first, see if anybody's there, and then work towards ring. You might have to clear out some opponents that have already taken space there, but it's worth it instead of dying to that van. So this one is a little bit more on the like flashy side, but if you're pushing B and you want to send a nade, you can just line it up with that light right there. It'll go all the way over top bed, all the way over the B bomb, and then it will land as people are crossing towards like Tiki from basketball. This might not hit every time. This one's not going to be as consistent as the kitchen or the zig, but still a very great nade to know. Like I said, if you're pushing B, you might want to already send it. Okay, we're on Colossus now. There's really only 2 nades you need to know. It's at this curve right here. People are always pushing this curve, myself included, to get close to the statue. Now that there's no nade delay, jump out to the right, cook a frag grenade, line up with the wall. If you look in slow-mo, you can kind of see the wall, and then you jump into the nade. The important part about this is that you cook it for a sec. You want to cook this nade for at least a solid like 1 to 2 seconds. Jump and send it, because if you don't, it'll blow up too late. The important part is cooking the nade, and you want to hold on to it for a little bit longer than you think. But trust me, if you get that down, you'll get kills every single round. The next one's for the other curve. This will be once you go down the steps towards P2. You'll do the same thing just on the other side. The tricky part again is making sure that you're cooking for a second or two before you send it. You want to line up with the like L or the O in lobby before you jump and send the nade. This will go over the statue and blow up at the curve. Honestly, not everybody runs up there super quick, so even if you accidentally send it deep, you'll probably still get a kill. This is another one, a way flashier one. This is for the submachine gun players that are pushing up onto A. You jump, bounce that nade off of the wall, and it will still land at the front curve. You might be a little bit late when you're playing this nade spot, but sometimes it's worth it to be a little bit late if you're going to get a flashy nade kill like this. But you cook the nade, jump and send it. You want to aim at the glass, not the wall. That's a tricky thing. If you aim at the wall, it's not going to bounce as well. Aim at the glass so that it can bounce off the wall, and then you're good. And the last one is going to, I think this last one is for back P2. If you're going down the curve, you look towards the, like kind of over the A-bomb logo, but a little to the right. In slow-mo, you'll see that diagonal slant on the wall to the deep right. That's where you want to line up, that diagonal slant right there. Jump and send the nade over that, as well as over the A-bomb logo. It'll go deep, blow up anybody that's P2. Now we're on Den. This first one is for Dojo. This is one of my favorite ones. You do have to cross deep and to the right, but you'll line up with that chain. Is that a chain or like a gate or something like that? Jump and send the nade. This one needs to go low, lower than you think, because it has to go over this roof, but under this one. And then it will go all the way through Dojo, kill anybody that's crossing to the deep right. This is a great nade, very consistent if you can get it down, but make sure you practice this one first before you try it on a ranked play. The next one is for the left side mid or right side of mid, if we're talking from the offensive side. Line up with that banister right there, jump and send the nade, and then it will blow up. You kind of have to get a little bit of RNG with how the bounce goes, because you'll see here, you jump and send, line up the cloud, as well as the banister. It kind of has a weird bounce on the stairs. Sometimes it goes forward, sometimes it goes back. This one won't land every time, but off like a P1 break or something like that for ranked play, it's an important one to know. And even if people are pushing off it, you'll still get a kill. Same one for this left side. You'll line up in front of the stairs, not the banister this time, in front of the stairs, directly on a line with the stairs, jump and send the nade. It will bounce over and kill anybody that is looking left side of mid. Also a very common point as well. Up next, we're going to be looking at the cross. Yeah, this is the side room or the small room cross towards B-bomb. Someone goes here every single round, and this one's very consistent as well. You jump out to the left, look at the second window from the front. You don't want to jump. This is another important one. Don't jump with this one. You just want to send it, because this, like the other Dojo nade, has to go under a roof. So cook the nade, walk forward, and send it. Don't jump, because it has to go under this roof right here. And then it blows up in front of anybody that's crossing B. A very important nade, very consistent. I saw some of the pros using this one too, so keep that one in mind. This one is a little bit on the flashier side, like some of the other ones. This one won't hit every time, but if you're going A and you're defending A, you might as well send this nade. It'll go all the way over the deep right and then blow up anybody that's pushing outer A to like contest the roofs. You might want to wait until this nade blows up before you chow the deep right, because it'll get them weak if they have flak or something like that. But An important one to keep in mind if you're someone that defends A very consistently. Now on Scar, we're talking top green. I love this nade. You just go on top of the blue roofs, line up with that satellite, as well as you can see the point of the green roof as you're lining it up to, just to ensure you see it behind that like satellite right there. Jump into the nade, lining up with the smoke, and it'll land top green. This one you want to cook for a second as well, just to make sure it doesn't bounce behind them before it blows up. But if you can get this one down, it's very consistent. The next one is for B cut on Scar. We're looking at B cut right here. This is also from the deep offensive spawn. You'll cut left, find the crevice between the two roofs, like with the American flag, and then the wooden roof to your left. That's where you jump and send the nade. This will land B cut and get a kill very frequently, because a lot of people will push B cut to watch like the store hit or the B flank and stuff like that. Up next, this one is for front A. I was very surprised that this nade actually worked. Because in my head it doesn't think so, or I don't think that it would. But off of spawn, hop on the boxes, line up with the corner of that roof. You want to do this as early as possible. That's why we're jumping on top of the boxes right there. Jump and send the nade over the corner of the roof. It will just clear it and land there, blowing up anybody that's pushing solar towards A bomb. The key with that one is doing it as quick as possible. You need timing on this one. This car, you can blow up this truck just about every round. It's very consistent to get a kill, because a lot of people will watch flank from there. From the B cut cross, you just line up with the American flag once you have the cut in this building right here, or in these two walls. I can't show the kill cam because the car nade got the kill cam instead of the actual frag grenade, but I'll show another angle right here. You can actually do it from the deep spawn. Line up from the top truck to the O in wood. You want to go more for distance than height with this one. You'll see right here in slow-mo. Line up with the O, jump and send, going for distance. We're not going for height. And then it will land at the front of the car. This is a very consistent nade, and will get people as they're pushing towards the store as well, which is another popular push. This next one is for anybody that's pushing the A side from offense. A very popular way to go as well. And if you're defending A, all you have to do is jump on top of that crate, line up with the corner of the building, and it will land on anybody that's pushing front A. So here, jump on top of these pallets, line up with the corner of the building, jump and send the nade. It goes over, and it lands as people are crossing those back steps to hit A bomb. And up next is Standoff. Honorable mention, Standoff. This is for anybody that's going to be at the red car. This nade is very consistent. People will be here all the time. You line up with that window that I just looked at right there. Jump and send the nade. This one isn't as like particular. You don't have to like completely line up with the perfect window or that smoke or whatever. Just kind of sit into that general vicinity. It'll blow up the car. It'll get you a free kill, and you call it a day. Up next is for anybody that's crossing onto the A bomb. This one's pretty simple, honestly. We're just gonna do from the back boxes a more consistent nade right here. But cook the nade from the back boxes. Look at the A bomb logo. Jump and send it. As people are crossing onto the A bomb site, or if they're there already, this will blow up as they're pushing deep right A, like so. Kind of in this area right here. And the next one, let's see. One of these is one of my favorites. I'm not sure if it's this. Yes, this one. Okay, L wall. People go L wall every single round. You want to send this nade as quick as possible. Cut to the right back alley. Line up right there between the water tower, or those like water things, and the roof. I don't even know what those are really. Line up right between those. Jump and send the nade, lining up with the smoke, and it will land L wall. I love this nade. That's a very consistent spot that people will always be going. And if you can get this one down, you'll get a ton of freebies. And like I said, it goes over, lands that wall, blows up if anybody's pushing it. One of my favorites, to be honest. This next one is for boxes. There is a telephone pole on the spawn. Line up with a telephone pole. As long as you're on the sidewalk, like low G sidewalk, line up with a telephone pole, jump into the nade, it will land boxes. I think, let me double check. Is this my last one? This is the last one. This is the last nade. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I did this all live in one take, so I probably messed up a ton, but I love you. Like and subscribe. Bye.